Now, South Africa has once again reaffirmed its strong support for the people of Palestine. Government leaders, civil society groups and ordinary citizens continue to voice solidarity, citing the country's own history of struggle against apartheid. Now, Pretoria has also taken its case to international platforms, calling for accountability and justice in the conflict. Iman spoke to the leader of the Palestinian National Initiative, that's Dr. Mustafa Barghouti.
You are in South Africa on a mission. What is that mission?
Two purposes. First, to thank the people of South Africa for being in the avant-garde in protecting and defending Palestinian people, especially at the ICJ and in other venues. But also to explain to the people of South Africa how terrible the oppression we are subjected to. A much worse apartheid than what prevailed in South Africa at one point of time. 3 war crimes that are happening now in Gaza, including genocide, collective punishment, starving people, starving children, and then the Israeli attacks to conduct the worst kind of ethnic cleansing in modern history. It's important for us that the people of South Africa, the institutions of South Africa, know the reality about what's happening, because this will help them creating much stronger solidarity with Palestine.
You know, when we think of the war on Gaza, we are thinking of one territory, but there is the West Bank, there's East Jerusalem, there's a place like Ramallah, which is where you're from. What are the experiences in these different geographical spots like?
The worst situation is in Gaza, of course, now. The genocide has taken already the lives of 65,000 people, including at least 20,000 children. All of them are recorded. We have their pictures, their photos. And injured 165,000 people. I mean, that's about 11% of the population of Gaza. If you apply that to South Africa, you would be talking about 6 million people who are either killed or injured in the course of less than 2 years. In the West Bank, we are also subjected to terrorist settlers' attacks continuously. They come in, they burn our houses, they burn our cars, they confiscate our property. And the Israeli army itself has imposed more than 1,000 military checkpoints, cutting the country into little pieces. There are so many Palestinian communities now, hundreds of them, who are stuck behind military gates. They cannot get in or out without the Israeli army permission, and frequently they are besieged. Most recently, the Israeli army closed the only entrance to the West Bank, which is the bridge to Jordan, which meant that 3.5 million people were practically imprisoned.
What do you say to those, especially on the Israeli side, who say these are exaggerations? Where's the proof? I know that you said for the 20,000 children that are missing, that there are names, that there are photos, there are faces of them, they're documented. How do you respond to the criticism that this is being blown out of proportion and it's not credible?
We don't have to, because the international community did. Human rights organizations, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, independent commissions of the United Nations have all come up with the proper information and the proper statistics. It's all proven. When I say 20,000 children, I can show you the names of these 20,000 children who were killed and their photos and their pictures and their families. You know, I have a colleague of mine who works with me. He's a medical professional. He left his home to get some food for his family. He came back to find that his house was bombarded. His wife and his daughter were killed. His mother was killed. His 3 sisters were killed. And his 2 brothers were killed. That's one example. There are at least 6,500 families who have been all erased and killed by Israel. And there is only 1 person left. But there are 2,500 families who were scratched out of the civil record because everybody was killed. So the information is there, and Israel cannot deny that. What is happening is a terrible genocide at huge scale. And now the city of Gaza, which is 5,000 years old, is being destroyed, one building after the other. In the last few days, the Israeli army destroyed 7 of our medical clinics, I am a medical doctor and I run a medical organization, 7 of our major health centers were destroyed. They hit them with rockets from planes. What for? Because they want to deprive the people any ability to live. Already 92% of all homes in Gaza are destroyed. More than 1,725 of my colleagues, doctors, nurses, and health professionals were killed. 252 journalists were also killed by Israel.
Dr. Barghouti, you have the Summit Freedom Flotilla that is making its way, bringing humanitarian aid. It seems, the sentiment globally by some countries is changing towards